Have you ever used an AI and just felt underwhelmed? Well, today we're diving into one of the coolest strategies in the AI world, how to take a general purpose model that knows a little bit about everything and turn it into an absolute genius that's an expert in your specific world.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why general AIs can be so frustratingly wrong. Then, we'll get into the solution, fine-tuning. We'll look at the playbook, see how it's changing industries, and then, my favorite part, I'll show you how you can upgrade an AI for your own business in about 10 minutes. Let's do this. All right, let's start with a problem I bet you've run into. You ask a standard off-the-shelf AI a question about your industry, or maybe your company's products, and the answer you get back is, well, it's just kind of generic and not that helpful, right?
We've all seen it. You get answers that sound super confident, but they're just flat out wrong. Or maybe they totally miss the nuance of what you were actually asking. So what is going on here? Why does this keep happening?
And get this, here's a perfect high-profile example. Meta built an AI that was supposed to be an expert in science, but they had to pull it offline after only 3 days because it started confidently making things up, like fake scientific papers that sounded totally real. It just goes to show you this is a huge challenge. Okay, so here's the fundamental disconnect. A large language model's main goal, the one thing it was trained to do, is just to predict the next most likely word in a sentence. It's an expert at language patterns, not necessarily an expert at being truthful or helpful. And that misalignment is the real root of all those weird, unhelpful answers. But this is where it gets really good. The great news is we're not stuck with these generalist models. We can actually give them a specialized education. And that's exactly what fine-tuning is all about. So what this really means is we're not starting from zero. We take an already brilliant AI and we put it through a specialized boot camp using our own data. That could be your company's support tickets, your industry's research, you name it. I love this analogy. Think of a base model like a brilliant college grad with a liberal arts degree. They know how to think, read, and write really well. Fine-tuning is like sending that grad to medical school. You're not reteaching them English, you're teaching them the highly specialized language and knowledge of a surgeon.
So if fine-tuning is like AI med school, how do you actually enroll? What are the strategies we can use to make this happen? Let's break down the playbook. You've basically got two main roads you can go down. The first is full fine-tuning, where you retrain every single part of the AI. It's super powerful, but as you can imagine, it's also crazy expensive. The other road, which is much smarter, is called parameter efficient fine-tuning, or PFT for short. Now, one of the most popular PEFT methods is called LoRA, and this is where things get really clever. Instead of trying to rewrite the AI's entire brain, LoRA freezes the original model and then just plugs in these tiny new trainable modules. It's like giving our surgeon a set of brand new, highly specialized tools and just teaching them how to use those. The real magic here is just how efficient it is. By freezing the billions of original parameters and only training these tiny new pieces, we absolutely slash the amount of computing power and memory we need. This is what makes fine-tuning a total game changer, because it's suddenly accessible to way more people. And LoRA isn't the only game in town. There are other methods out there, like half fine-tuning, which, you guessed it, freezes about half the model. You can see here they each have slightly different goals and approaches, whether it's all about efficiency like LoRA, or trying to strike a balance between old and new knowledge. Okay, theory is great, but where is this stuff actually being used? Let's look at how fine-tuning is already transforming businesses out there in the real world. The applications are super practical. Think about it. You can create a customer support bot that actually knows your products inside and out. Or you could build a learning tool that generates perfect quiz questions for a history class. And in really critical fields, you can create systems that understand complex medical information. And this is exactly why this matters so much. In a high-stakes field like medicine, a specialized, fine-tuned model isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a tool that could genuinely help doctors make better, faster decisions, and ultimately improve how patients are cared for. That specialization is everything. All right, now for the part I've been really excited to share with you, the strategy tip. What if I told you that you could build one of these specialist AIs for your own business right now in about 10 minutes without writing a single line of code? It's totally possible. Let me show you. This just shows you how far the technology has come. Using a no-code tool like AWS SageMaker Canvas, it's literally a 4-step process.
You start a model, you upload your data, could be as simple as a spreadsheet of your FAQs, you pick a base model to build on, and then you just point to your question column and your answer column and click fine tune. That's it. Seriously.
And the proof is right here in the results. On the left, we asked the standard model a technical question. We got back this long, rambling answer that starts with a bizarre one answer, add yours, like it thinks it's on a Q&A website. But on the right, our fine-tuned model gives a perfect, direct, professional answer that matches our FAQ style. That's the transformation, right there. So we've seen that fine-tuning is unbelievably powerful and way more accessible than you probably thought. But it's not a magic wand. There are definitely some important challenges and opportunities to keep in mind as we look ahead. You do have to be careful. The old saying, garbage in, garbage out, has never been more true. Your model is only as good as the data you train it on. You also have to watch out for something called overfitting, where the model memorizes your examples instead of actually learning. And yet, while it's cheaper, it still takes real computing power. But look at how much those costs are dropping. This is an estimate for a recent fine-tuning job on a really powerful model. We're talking less than $20. This is a huge signal that this kind of power is moving out of giant tech labs and into the hands of, well, everyone. And the future looks even cooler. The next big thing is combining approaches. Imagine giving our AI surgeon its deep, specialized knowledge through fine-tuning, but also giving it the ability to look up brand new, live information from a database. These hybrid techniques give you the best of both worlds, deep expertise and up-to-the-minute facts. So, look, the ability to create your own custom expert AI isn't some sci-fi dream anymore. It's a real tool that you can use right now. Which leaves us with just one big, exciting question. What problem are you going to solve first? Thanks for joining me.